And we get first blood here in this semi-final. It's a lovely goal, 30 for the season.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Pacific Pursuit, and welcome back to São Paulo, where in today's episode we have got two games coming up. It's the semi-final of the Copa Libertadores. On first attempt we have a chance of winning it with São Paulo. We play against Flamengo across two legs today. Since last time out, if we go and take a look, we've had some games here, but we've also had some games with the national team. We've retained our job there because we want to go and potentially win the World Cup with them. Who knows how that will go down. 3 losses, 3 wins. Mixed bag of results, really. We're in third place in the league at the moment, so it could be a bit of a better position. I mean, this team here, who were in first, have fell behind a little bit. It's Internacional who have managed to climb ahead, 5 points clear. We have in total 7 games left in the league, where we do actually play against Internacional as well. We are tied with this team on points, and goal difference is only 4 behind, so there is still a chance we win the league. We were top for quite a while, so if we were to lose out on it would be a bit frustrating, but we had a very, very good campaign in the Copa Libertadores. If we win the Copa Libertadores is something that will be decided in the next 2 episodes, but we will really just have to see whether or not that will happen. So what happened with the Brazil squad, we had like 4 games, we had so many games, and we had 4 wins as well, still maintaining a perfect record in our time. A 4-2 win against Chile, 6-3 win against Venezuela, 4-2 win against Argentina, the best of the bunch, and a 3-0 win against Paraguay. Could have been a little bit better defensively. We did concede 7 goals, but we did also score 17, so not bad. Jose Roberto were turned into a very, very good striker. 20 caps, 11 goals. Not the worst record at all. We're going to get straight into it. We've played in our last 5 meetings. We've lost all of them to Flamengo. How many of those have been with us? It has been in total, if we go down here, just a 1, is it? Yeah, I think it is just a 1. I don't know if we did this one, but whether or not we did, it is still 2 or 1 loss that we have had. If we go and take a look, does it show our records as well? That's the previous manager by the looks of it, but yeah, we had that win. We've had the 1 loss against them. It's been quite tough, but what can you do? Today is the day to change fate. We play the first leg at home at the Model Miss Stadium. Let's get straight into it for a place in the Copa Libertadores final. So the team for this game against Flamengo: Mateus in goal, backline of Cusqueta, Murillo, Wallace and Sargentin. We got Galno, Bell, Fernando in the middle, Rodolfo on the left, McCormick on the right, and De Silva up top. Kick off here in this game against Flamengo. Early handball, and it might just be the first goal that we do get. It is, and the Alianza team, by the way, we must give them credit, have managed to get through to the semi-final. They've had to play, is it 2 Brazilian opposition? They had to play Lanús there, and then they had to play against Palmeiras and beat them on penalties. 4-1 down in the first leg, an incredible comeback there. It went to penalties, and they managed to knock out Palmeiras, and now they play against Corinthians. And if we make that final and play against Corinthians, first of all, an incredible season to do it in the first season, win the Copa Libertadores. That would mean we have just 1 trophy left, but it is 2 years until then, so it'll be interesting to see what we do in that time. Here's McCormick with the penalty 3 minutes in to make it 1-0 into that bottom right corner, and we get first blood here in this semi-final. It's a lovely goal, 30 for the season for McCormick. What a player he has been, and it's a very good start. Happy with that. We get that first goal, and now we just need to carry on. But yeah, if we have a final against Corinthians, that would be absolutely incredible. Back-to-back first season wins. I'm fairly certain Nacional, we did it first time, if I'm not mistaken, the Copa Sudamericana, and then now the Copa Libertadores. But I think, we've shown a lot of fight, a lot of determination to get through on those penalties. It's been absolutely incredible, and if it happens first time, it happens first time. I think there's been a lot of kind of processes that we've gone on, I guess, with other clubs, where we had to go through many seasons seasons to win it. Like with Shakhtar, for example, it took like 5 or 6 seasons. But if we do it first time here, we've come to some very good clubs, then it makes sense. That is lucky for McCormick on that far side. The corner flag just kept the ball in play for us, which is it's done us a favour there. But I mean, if we do it, we do it, and then if we do win it, then we've got a bit of a 2-year break now. If you've got any suggestions what you'd want to see in that 2-year time period, 2 full seasons until the World Cup, make sure to let us know. Maybe we could do something. Maybe we could return to Asia. Who knows? Maybe we go somewhere else. Maybe we stay with São Paulo. We'll have to see. Who knows? But we will have completed 6. By tomorrow we can have completed 6 out of 7 trophies. Luis Fernando for 2-0, and he might have just sent us on our way to getting there, but not just yet. It is Calais for Flamengo, the 2 Brazilian international goalkeepers, Calais and Mateus, between the sticks today. In this game, Corinthians 2-0 up there against Alianza. Very impressive that they managed to make that semi-final. You would have expected 4 Brazilian teams really, when there was 8 or 7 out of 8 of them in the quarterfinals. The teams that went out, obviously we knocked one of them out. They were Fluminense, who we knocked out, both Fogo, Palmeiras and Fortaleza, who I think they're called Fortaleza if I'm not mistaken. They also went out, but we did very, very well. We might have gone to penalties, but I think the River Plate game, we were very, very good. That game yesterday against Fluminense, I think, was an interesting one, really. We could have done a bit better, but we showed a lot of spirit, a lot of determination to make that comeback that we did from that 1-0 loss, to go and turn it around in the way that we did. It was so entertaining, really. A great game for the neutral, and we might have conceded, we might have had a defensive woes, just as we did against River Plate, but with this, a very attacking brand of football that we played. Same with the Brazil national team as well. I think it causes stuff like this to happen, and it is bound to happen. It is bound to happen when you play such an attacking brand of football, but you get moments like this where we come on the attack looking for a second goal of the game. McCormick has smashed the crossbar though in the end. That's so unlucky that he's not been able to make it 2-0 there. So close to getting that second goal, but we're not able to in the end. It's a very, very good start. We've been very, very convincing here. Flamengo colours look very interesting when we go to their stadium. It will be the red colours that they will wear. Luis Fernando is cutting in here. Can he have the shot? And what a goal it is! Luis Fernando. He hit the woodwork initially, but then he crept in. What a finish from the edge of the area. And now we are running away with this semi-final. It's 2-0 inside 20 minutes. We've not let this Flamengo team in at all. It's been a very, very convincing start to this game. It's 2-0, and that is a very, very good performance to say the least. We need to continue on, but we cannot stop generating chances. We've been very, very good in the early parts of this game, and that's why we find ourselves 2-0 up. Flamengo do have themselves in possession of the ball, beats the man, it's into the middle, and that's, I thought that was in then. What has just happened there, really? It should be textbook clearance. Mateus is forced into a bit of a save. I think he's struggling with a bit of a knock, really. He did come into the game with this. Maybe we should have played the backup instead of him, but he's been an absolute hero for us. And if this game, well, not this game I guess, but if it goes to penalties again, you will need him, you will want him. I don't know what is there a stat for penalty saving? I think there is. If we go and take a look, I don't know, is it somewhere penalty saving? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the stat would be, really. I don't know if it'd be 1-on-1. If we go and take a look, reflexes potentially, I guess there's a lot of reflexes involved in that, and that's why I gave him his first cap in the Brazil national team, because he is a very, very good player, as we've seen, and one of the best goalkeepers we've seen, and potentially, I mean, it might be confirmed already, he might just be getting into that team of the Pacific, because he has been an absolutely legendary player. Lots of players we have to consider for that. You know, as we start to approach the end, I guess it's the beginning of the end should we win this. As we get to that point, send in your suggestions of who you'd want to see, because we've been to 6 clubs plus the 2 national teams, so 8 clubs, which is crazy really. So we've gone through it in such a fast period. I think it's been really, really enjoyable, you know. The time's been a bit longer than I wanted to, but I think we've gone under a very good process. We didn't restrict ourselves to those times, force it too much. De Silva's in behind here and he can't convert in the end. We tried to restrict ourselves to those times, but when we realised it was never going to be as easy as that, it's come to be a very enjoyable process, and I think that it's a case of continuing to enjoy that process, and I think we've had a very good time. It's made for a very good series, and who knows what's in store after this, but send in those suggestions and we'll see who can get into that team. McCormick could be a player who has a shout in that team. 3-0 here in this first half. Absolutely incredible stuff from McCormick. It's 3-0, 40 minutes in, and we've done exactly what we need to in the home leg. Now I guess it will go to the second leg, where you would expect Flamengo to put the pressure on. They're going to really try and go at us, but I mean, if we're 3-0 up, is it even possible to overcome this absolutely dominant display that we've been able to put in? It's been an absolutely incredible result. 3-0 up here. We do have a game in the gap against, I don't know who it's against actually, but we do actually play against Flamengo in a few games time. Important games coming up. We can't complete a treble really, but if we can win that first division, that would always be nice as well. It would take our trophy tally. I guess it's a nice point to reflect on as a manager. We're nearly a 5-star reputation manager because of the things we've done in our time. In total, does it show trophies? Here it doesn't show trophies, I don't think, or cups there, something like that. I don't really know. I know you can definitely see it in the job history. We've won in total 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14 trophies in our time, and 2 more to add to that, 16, plus hopefully the World Cup 17 would be absolutely incredible. And there's no reason why that, but I mean, I keep saying it's a real, I kept saying it was a shame that we have to give up this Brazil job so early because the Copa America's over, but we have a World Cup with them. We're just taking a bit of an extended break. We'll be back, and I really look forward to managing that Brazil team, because some of the talents in that team are going to keep developing and becoming absolutely insane players, as we already saw, and it'll be so good to go and manage them again in that World Cup. I'm set on that decision. It was the two decisions, I think, the two clubs I wanted when kind of going around were São Paulo and the Brazil job, and I knew for a fact when we came to São Paulo we'd win the Copa Libertadores, and when we went to Brazil we would go and make an attempt to win the Copa America and the World Cup, and if we can set our sights on it, then there's no reason why we can't go and do it. Very good timing with the jobs, but they've come through. We can't complain. It's been absolutely incredible, and now it's looking like it's going to be a very good conclusion to the Pacific Pursuit Challenge. So I guess we started to say it's the beginning of the end, but it's been it's going to be some ending, to say the least. It's been such a good time, and we need to. The job's not done, nowhere near done yet, but 5 out of 7 trophies. Most of the work is done up to this point. Still the massive tasks ahead of the 2 biggest trophies arguably that are still to be won, probably worth the reputation of the other 5 trophies. We still need to win them. It's not done yet, but we're getting there, and you sense that it's going to come soon if we continue the way that we are. I'm going to make a change. It might be a bit of an interesting one really. I'm going to bring off Mateus, no penalty shootout, 3-0 up, and we bring on Rogero, who is a very capable goalkeeper anyway. He has played quite a few games for us when Mateus has been out internationally or through injury. I don't want to risk him picking up anything, and I think Bell and Gorner, they've not really had the most influential games, but if there's a moment when they can go and have something, it can be in the remaining part of this game, the final few moments, whilst we settle down. And there it is, Tony's in behind for 4, he's put it wide. How has he put that wide? Really has to be doing better there, but them two in the midfield combining. Overall, a very perfect display, another very entertaining game. We're 3-0 up, Corinthians 4-1 up, and that path to the final is slowly but surely starting to take shape, and São Paulo might just be there in tomorrow's episode. De Silva on the ball, 5 minutes remaining here in normal time. It goes to Murillo, where can he go? He goes onto that left side, Cusqueta, and now we lose out on that ball. Flamengo looking for a consolation here. It's a good save from Rogero though, who denies the goalkeeper there, the goalkeeper goal scorer for Flamengo. But we just need to hold out for the rest of this game, the final few moments, and it's a very good display. There's not much more really to say. We've changed the whole attack. Probably will rest some players in the gap. There has been games, the in-between games and games in and around these knockout fixtures where I have rested some players, and that obviously brings the risk of losing out points because maybe you're not playing your full strength team, which has got you most of that points. But is it worth the sacrifice of losing the league? Potentially, if it means we have a good team in shape. I don't like to rest players from training because I think it does lose sharpness, and I think training is an important part in maintaining those fitness levels. I actually think sometimes not training can actually do worse because it doesn't keep you as active and going. So we'll have to see with that one. I don't know. We'll make that decision. We have such good quality on the bench. There's a few players. I think we've come in and inherited a very good squad. We have so much transfer budget, but it's an incredible squad who just got unlucky last season. We've obviously made some signings, particularly in Rodrigo, but the full-time whistle goes, and this São Paulo team has shown why they can win the Copa Libertadores. And the team for this game against Flamengo, we may have lost 4-1 in absolutely catastrophic collapse. Look at that, 73, 80, 84 minutes, but luckily every other team, Internacional lost, and then the other team who were involved in this picked up only the single point. But our team's in a very good position to go and get the win here. Mateus in goal, backline, Carioca, Manilo, Wallace, Sargent, Tim, Gauna, Bell, Fernando, Rodolfo, McCormick, De Silva, full strength, and everyone's condition's looking very good. Let's get on to it. 3-0 up here. Kick off here in this game against Flamengo. I think we're going to make it a bit of a boring game, if that's the way I could describe it, really. I think we just need to absolutely, get this team dealt with, get it over and done with, and get through to that final. I assume it's a 2-leg final, which is just really weird, if I'm honest. I don't know why they do that, but if it is, then we will be, by the looks of it, playing Corinthians, who are 4-1 up, I believe, in that tie. So it's going to be interesting, but we need to get through here, make sure we don't bottle it. But 3-0 up, and it looks like we might even have an early chance here, playing quite good already. No reason why we don't get through. Here's De Silva, loses out. Now Flamengo going to look to come on the attack. It's over to that left side. Can we win it back? It's going to be McCormick who puts up the press. McCormick, 31 goals for the season. How many of those in the Copa Libertadores? 5 and 18 in the league as well. The top scorer. None of our players, to be fair. The closest we have is Luis Fernando, Gabriel De Silva, and then McCormick, who between them share 17 goals, which is quite an impressive tally, even if it's not for one individual player. De Silva, though, can make it 7. He's in behind for 4-0 here, and we are surely through to this final. De Silva, clinical as ever. These two are going pound for pound, McCormick and De Silva, trying to see who can get those most goals. It's 4-0 here on aggregate. We have absolutely blown away another Brazilian opposition. 6 out of 6 in the Copa Sudamericana and the Copa Libertadores. As it stands, that's what it's going to be for us. It's going to be absolutely an absolutely incredible result. And it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. We've been very, very convincing, and we can't complain, really. We just want to get through this game. Make sure we don't pick up any injuries. We've got a few. Actually, I don't know how many games we'll have. I don't think we have any Brazil games coming up. I'm just going to check one thing. It was 6 out of 6 games. Everton, we didn't play any real continental competitions. Nacional, 4 there, and 6 or 6 in total now here with São Paulo. We are dismantling any Brazilian team in our way and making these two, Nacional and São Paulo, the champs. We've got 2 games here coming up in November. I don't know when the final will be, if we can go and take a look at that. The final, which we are pretty much guaranteed to be through by the looks of it. Can we go to the final yet? The dates will be, they've not been confirmed yet, but if we go back a season, it was played on the 1st of the 12th, and it is actually one game, which is really good. If we can go back one more season to here. So yeah, around the 1st of December. So until then, how many games do we have? We have these 6 games here, and then 2 more games. That's 8 games, and by then we should have the league title wrapped up. If it's the last game, a last game of the league, and we're still in a position to win it, then I'll show that and the final but the final will obviously be the priority. We might have just a quick game, get through that, and then go straight on to that final with those extended highlights. We've had very, very long games in these campaigns that we've had, so it'll be interesting to see how that one goes down against, by the looks of it, Corinthians. What a ball that is. Rodolfo McCormick is in behind the keeper. Bit of a mistake, really, should have got there. And now McCormick goes ahead in the race for the golden boot here at São Paulo. It's 32 for him, 31 for the silver, 63 goals between the two of them. Absolutely insane numbers. We're going to offer up our words of praise. We're going to go into half time here. Can we make it 6 before half time? To Silva, back post. Can Wallace get there? It's Calais, who, the national goalkeeper, but he's conceded 5. Maybe Mateus is in with a bit of a shout, really. I think Calais is a little bit more experienced. That's why he gets the nod. He's been at this point in his, he's worked up to this point in his career for quite a long time. But maybe we have to bring Mateus in. I mean, from what Mateus has shown us, there's no reason why he can't get in. He's been absolutely incredible. We have some top players in this team, and it really makes sense why there's not many domestic players from the Brazilian leagues in that Brazil national squad, but we have got quite a few who do make it from our team. 5-0 up, and that's exactly why, because we look like we might be the best team in all of Brazil. But yeah, next episode, 8 games between now and then, or it might be 7. Flamengo finally get themselves on the scoreboard after 130 minutes of football, but it may only be a consolation of 5 on the player just walking, barely can't get in the motivation. There is a goal for Alianza to make it 4-2 in that game, so maybe there's a change in opponents. 78,000 in attendance here in the Flamengo stadium, and we have absolutely silenced them. Flamengo, are we rivals with them? I feel like we're not. We are not rivals with them. They're a Rio de Janeiro team, as you can see. They play in the Maracana, actually. That makes sense. That's the national team stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Fluminense play as well, but we play in there as the national team stadium. You will remember it from the World Cup and stuff. Massive stadium. I assume that's where the final was played, 2014 final. And yeah, it's just incredible, really, that we've been able to come to this stadium and put on what has been an absolutely incredible display. We are into the second half here. I don't even remember doing the half time. I feel like it's so routine. We don't even remember when it happens now. Galner over the top. Rodolfo, can he find him? He does. Or he goes back to Carioca in the end. Murillo, where can he go? Can he play it back across here? He goes to Carioca. Rodolfo knocking it around. 6-1 up is on the cards here. If we can get another one. Rodolfo into the silver, and it's a bit loose. In the end, might be time to bring on a few substitutions, a few players, and I hope this is the team we play tomorrow in that final, if it is tomorrow, because I think it's a very, very good team. That header hits the post. How unlucky is that to not convert in the end, really, for Flamengo? I think they've had they've not been able to put in their best display. It is a bit of a shame, because you do want really competitive games, but we can't complain because we've absolutely blown them away. Maybe we've just not let them in by the looks of it, by the shots. I mean, they've had a lot of possession, but we've just been so clinical. We're going to look to make a few changes here. Moreira onto that right side. I want to bring on Rodrigo for Rodolfo on that left side, and then Fernando, we want to rest him a little bit, and we'll bring on Castaneda a little bit different there to see what he can go on and do. But 25 minutes away from this final, it looks like it still will be Corinthians, even if Alianza are winning at home. But they did the comeback at home last time and they won on penalties. I don't think there's going to be a comeback here in penalties. Maybe there is, who knows. The score would have to be 5-2 in this game to take it to a penalty shootout, and whether or not that will happen, I think, is very, very unlikely. We might even go and get another one for ourselves. But yeah, the final is up for grabs tomorrow. 8 games, and we want to go and try and win that league title. Hopefully it will be only 7 games in between, and we can win it on the final day. Hopefully it does go to the final day, because we can have a bit of a trophy lift, 2 trophy lifts in that episode should we win that final, and hopefully we can perform in the 90 minutes and pick up that trophy and complete a double, and it'd be a very, very a very good season, first season and potentially only season, but what a season it has been and has made for a very, very good little series. 9 episodes. It's taken a been stretched out, and thank you for the support on all the videos with those timings. But I think we're gonna have to, hopefully we can start celebrating tomorrow all that work that's been put in. We've already won the Copa America last week. We won we're gonna win this league title hopefully, and the Copa Libertadores might just be happening as well. The final few moments of this game, just want to go and get it wrapped up at this point. I mean, there's a chance for Flamengo here, and it's wide, and they've not been able to convert really. They've had that one good goal, I guess, but apart from that, they've just not been able to get a look in at all. We've been the far better team on aggregate. This is a convincing display if I've ever seen one. The full-time whistle goes, and we are through to the final, where we will play the best of São Paulo, the two best teams in São Paulo, Corinthians, to win that all-important Copa Libertadores trophy. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the Copa Libertadores final. Thank you, bye bye.